Welcome to Tech Talk, y'all.
Hello, and welcome to Tech Talk, y'all. Episode 382, a production of Edgewise.Media. I'm Sanjay Parekh.
And I'm Adam Walker, and we have a fun group of links and episodes for you today. We're going to talk a lot about planes, apparently.
Planes and some outer space, too.
I have some derogatory things I'm going to say about planes today. I just want you to know that. Like, I'm going to really come out hard against them. So,
are you're anti-plane?
I'm anti-plane. Yes,
you're just pro-walking.
I'm an anti-planer. That's a thing now. I started the anti-plane league, and it's the anti-work on planes league. That's what I'm going to call it.
That's like being an anti-dentite.
Well, you're against dentists? Is that what that
yeah, do you not know that? That's from Seinfeld, anti-dentite.
Oh, that's right.
Seinfeld reference there for you. Anti-planer. So
I had totally forgotten about that. All right. It's been a hot minute. I haven't watched Seinfeld since literally the 1900s. So it's been a hot minute.
Since the 1900s. I'm going to say that more about things. Man, I have not thought about this since the 1900s.
It's the truth, though. I mean, I'm just being honest.
It is the truth.
It's real.
It is the truth.
For real.
Yeah.
So.
Fortunately, you're listening to a podcast that was not started in the 1900s. It was started solidly in the 2000s. And so let's get to it. United Starlink powered Wi-Fi is the end of airplane mode. Yeah. So
no, it's not. Not for me. No, I will never. This is never happening. No, it's not. I don't want your freaking Wi-Fi. I want
here's the
to
thing.
be unplugged.
So here's the thing. So this is different than Wi-Fi in other planes. Like I use it often in Delta, but you don't get the Delta Wi-Fi until you've pushed away from the gate.
Yeah.
And then as you kind of go up, I think it's on kind of the whole way up now.
Yeah.
United's is turned on from the get-go. Like the second you sit into the plane, it's already on. It's good to go. It's good on the way up, on the way down, all the way to the gate on the other side. So you could be doing stuff. It is actually fast enough, they say, to be able to do video calls, although that is discouraged. And this is the thing that, well, no, they said discouraged.
Oh, really?
And that's the thing.
I thought they said there's a pop-up window that you agreed to when you first get on. It says no video calls. No watching things that other people might find offensive. No this, no this. I thought it like pretty well said, like, you know, whatever.
Maybe it does that. If it's only discouraged and not prohibited, I have an issue with this because I don't need to be flying in a metal tube with a bunch of people yakking on video calls. I have enough of that in real life, and I don't understand people. And like speakerphone calls, even. No.
Yeah.
Put the phone to your head or get a set of earbuds. I don't need to be listening to your conversation.
You just got to be that guy that makes a lot of weird noises when they walk by. That's what you got to, or if you can like catch their name of the person on the phone, like say their name is like Jack, you know, be like, hey Jack, what's up, man? You know, like that'd be fine too. Just something, you know.
The biggest sin, by the way, is doing this in the bathroom. Like, why are you? No, don't.
That's when you got to make some really awkward bathroom noises, you know, like really awkward old man bathroom noises. That's what's required, really.
So your plan is not to be working on the plane, is what I'm hearing?
I can't work on planes, man. I like, it's the one haven. It's the one place in the world other than some random mountaintop where you are just unplugged, you know, and like, I don't want to be plugged in. So I'm very anti plugged in on planes at this point.
Well, then this next story is perfectly for you because I know you're super premium.
No, it's not. This story makes me angry, and I'll tell you why after I read the title. United adds caviar service and Lux jammies in race for super premium travelers. Okay.
Listen. Adam Walker.
Listen, like I've never even flown first class in my life, dude. So like, here's the thing.
I've only accidentally gotten bumped up to first class. That's the only way that's ever happened.
I'm not even fancy enough to accidentally get bumped up to first. I'm like in the back of the plane, like by the bathroom, jammed up against the wall between me and, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I feel like planes have their priorities wrong, right? So first of all, we don't need more Wi-Fi, faster Wi-Fi. We don't need Lux Jammies. We for sure don't need caviar and better first class. What we need are seats that don't make your butt hurt within the first 10 minutes of sitting in them. That's what we need. It's pretty easy. It's called memory foam. It's been around for a hot minute. Use that. Like, we need that. Like, can we just get memory foam seats, and then we can worry about all the Lux Jammies you want? But like, come on, man.
That's not a bad suggestion. I will tell you a quick story though. This is from the 1900s. My first time flying to Tokyo for work, I was flying with my boss's boss.
Okay.
And I was in business class because that's what the company paid for, which international business class, not bad.
Pretty nice. Pretty fancy. Yep.
I got bumped up to first class after getting on the plane, and my boss's boss was still stuck back there in business class. And I'm going to tell you, that spoiled me. The seats were almost perfectly lie down flat, right? This is the 1900s, so they didn't have the totally lie down flat.
Yeah.
But the seat in front of me was so far away that I had to super stretch my legs out to be able to even touch it. And I kid you not, it was 6 courses for the meal. And the last course of that meal was ice cream sundaes.
What?
With whatever toppings you wanted.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of experience ruins you for life of flying on planes.
Like it's one thing to get bumped up to first class on like a 2-hour flight to New York, but to get bumped up to first class on a flight to Tokyo,
I know.
Holy smokes, man. Oh my gosh.
I know. Yeah.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
How lucky were you?
Never gotten that treatment ever again after that, and I've been ruined for life.
Speaking of treatment and ruined.
Exactly. You can now book private chefs and personal trainers on Airbnb. So is that what you're doing, Adam?
Yeah. Well, listen,
book personal trainers.
When I'm looking for my own personal, listen, I'm going to give you a tip here, Sanjay, in case you didn't know. What you want to do, if you want the best personal chef, what you got to do is you got to drive, you got to take your limo down to the Ritz, all right? And then just pull up and like just double park in front, because so you're fine. Just double park, you're fine. And walk right in, but like go to the restaurant.
Let me pause you right there. How many times have you ever been in a limo?
That's a 0. But you're gonna walk into the restaurant, walk on back to the kitchen, find the head chef, hand him a hundo, okay? And be like, you're my private chef now. That's how you do it. Like just do it the old school way, you know?
Yeah.
So
okay, let me ask you another question.
I've never been in a limo. I've never in my life been in a limo.
How many hundos do you have in your wallet right now?
I've got an Apple Wallet with 3 credit cards. Does that count?
That's unlimited hundos at that point. Then you can spend all the hundos you want.
I have a credit limit. It's not unlimited hundos, but it's a big stack of hundos. You know what I'm saying? So no, I've never been. Have you ever been in a limo?
I've only accidentally, again, been in it once. We were in New York. We were in New York for a business trip, and we needed a cab to go somewhere. And a dude was there with a limo, and there were enough of us that it actually made sense to take the limo as if it was a cab. So it was only a couple of blocks, not a real limo trip.
I have a new life goal. And that is, I need to go on a business trip with you so I can randomly stumble into some crazy luxury thing for no good reason. Like that would be great. Like Adam, you had this private meal with Wolfgang Puck Catering. I'm like, yeah, I went on a business trip with Sanjay. We're just walking down the street, and they were like, you two look like you need a private meal, and like it was amazing. Sanjay's got this crazy luck. Who knew? You know,
You got to be at the right place at the right time.
Oh my gosh, that's
luck.
So
luck
good.
Just happens to you. Talking about something else that just happens to you.
Yeah. So Google updating its G icon for the first time in 10 years. Now instead of the harsh lines between the colors where the line breaks, there's like a nice fluid gradient between the colors. I think it actually looks nice. I'll be honest. I really do. I think
it does too, but I thought the previous one looked nice. I thought it was a very modern.
Brands do this, man. They get tired of their brand and they're like, I've been staring at this thing for 10 years. I need something different. And we're going to make this harsh line a gradient go. And then $1 million later, in a team of 100 later, you've got a gradient. And that's what happens. So I don't see the problem. I could have done it.
We'll talk about brands in a couple of minutes. And mistakes that brands make. But before we do,
there's that.
More Google news. Google announces new security feature for Android for protection against scam and theft.
This looks really cool, by the way.
I thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah. I've got a family member that is prone to scams, and having like these features on the phone, like there was a feature I saw, like the screenshot, and the person's on a phone call, and the screen comes up and says, "This is likely a scammer. Do not give them any personal information. Do not," like, that's really like, yes, thank you. Please, let's do more of this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think family members that we deal with here, they've gotten better at these things. But early on, we've gotten panic calls about the police are coming to arrest me and things like that. And like,
they don't announce that. That's not something they announce.
That's not what they do. And the IRS does not send people to arrest you.
No, they don't.
It's got to be it's got to be like Willie Nelson bad for you to be arrested by the IRS.
I don't know if I know that story. Did he get arrested by the IRS?
He didn't pay taxes for a long time, and then
I know. I think it's that other actor that did that. What's the actor?
You're thinking of the guy that plays Blade, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I know he did that. Like he kind of like announced, he's like, "I'm not paying any more taxes" or something. Well, that's a bad idea. So
yeah, that's like Al Capone, right? They got him on tax evasion too.
Yeah, that's
he
true.
went to jail for that. So that you can go to jail for that. But generally, they don't call you in advance saying like, "Hey, you better pay this, otherwise we're sending the police right now." So so the phone telling you this stuff, probably a good thing, because
so good.
That'll help reduce this. Although the other side of it is does this just become an arms race, and then the scammers get better to avoid the thing that
it's always an arms race, right? I mean, like that's always been the case, though. I mean, they go from scamming over landline phones to scamming on cell phones to scamming via text message. It's always an arms race. It's just a question of how you handle it. But I like though, like for the fact, like for example, one of the features it talked about was that while on a phone call, a user is no longer able to go into their accessibility features and alter things to let the person on the other end of that call take over their phone. Like, like that's a great, like that's super smart, other than I think maybe some IT situations where that could be a problem, but
very edge case, those kinds of things. So I agree. The best way to solve all of this is just to go ahead and put your phone on airplane mode right now, and don't take it off. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. And there's probably a lot of people that probably should do that, is what I'd say. Yeah. All right. Coinbase warns of up to 400 million hit from cyber attack. And apparently they hit contractors from outside of the U.S. to get information on Coinbase and use that to infiltrate, and that's not good. And also related, this just happened as well. Coinbase is replacing Discover on the S&P stock market index. So their stock price went up majorly, and then they announced that this thing happened. Yeah. So they basically bribed customer service people to feed them information. And I actually saw a tweet by somebody that got caught in this scam, and they knew it was a scam, and they fed them along. And at the end, they were like, yeah, this is a dumb scam. Like, you should do better or whatever. They told them that at the end, and they were like, well, we've already made $7 million today, doing this scam. So yeah. Wow. That's why scammers scam, because in one day's work, they can make $7 million. I will say this about scammers. I had a scammer email me the other day, claiming to be somebody from a political campaign that I know, and asking me to like download this file or whatever, go log in with your email. And I played along for a minute just because it was fun. And but when they responded back in improper English. And I'm like, look, you're a scammer, and you obviously have access to AI tools. Can't you just run, couldn't you proper English at this point is pretty easy if you're just running, it felt lazy to me. If you're going to try to scam me, at least don't be lazy about it. That's all I'm trying to say. At least be technically proficient. That's, you've got one job. So, do the one job. Your one job is to fool me. If you're not willing to use all the tools at your disposal in order to fool me, then what do you even do with your life? Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say. Just go get a regular job then. Do something else. Go be a coder. You're probably smart. Honestly, these scammers are pretty sophisticated. They could probably go make some good money if they just put their minds to something worthwhile. But whatever, it is what it is. So they're going for the big payday instead of the long tail. The long haul. Go to jail. Like Key and Peele, where they go work for the bank for
25 years in the bank. Have you seen that sketch?
I have not seen that sketch.
It's one of my favorite Key and Peele sketches. They're talking about how they're going to heist the bank. And he's like, all right, here's the plan, man. We're going to go there and we're going to work there every day, every week for 25 years. And every week they're going to put money in our bank accounts from their bank. And we're going to walk. And then after 25 years, we're going to walk out like nothing happened. And the other guy looks at me and goes, fool, that's a job. Such a good sketch. Oh my gosh.
Well, talking about people that need a job, Microsoft is laying off about 6,000 people, or 3% of its workforce. But the layoffs are not happening until July, and they're announcing it now, which I don't really understand why.
It's for morale. They want to decrease morale. Because they're hoping that they can say they're going to lay off 6,000 people, but then they're going to decrease morale by telling people early. So more people quit. So because really they probably need to lay off 10,000 people, but like if 4,000 quit, then they're looking a little better. You know, like that's the plan.
Yeah. It might be related to required government notices too.
No, that's not it.
They do need to send out warn notices when they're laying off a bunch of people.
It's a head game. It's all the head games. Microsoft
I think you might be right.
Games.
It might be a head game.
In all fairness, though, that would be a smart move. Like I'm like in reality, if they're like what I just described could actually be what they're. I mean, theoretically, that's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, if 6,000 of you don't quit, we're gonna have to fire some of you. So
yeah. So
which way do you want to play this? Yeah. Who's done?
You're going to have to explain to me what I'm about to read here because I got no idea what I'm even reading. CFPB quietly kills rule to shield Americans from data brokers. I know what Americans are. I know what shields are. I know what data brokers are. I do not know what CFPB is. And I couldn't read the article because it was payment gated. So I got nothing beyond that. I don't even know what's happening here. So
it's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau,
of course,
CFPB,
as obviously it is, yeah, right.
Which has been decimated as so many government institutions have been,
as they for sure have been, yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is a rule that was going to keep data brokers from being able to buy and sell your and my data,
which I like.
So now you don't like it because now they are going to be able to do it. And that's a bad thing. Man. So don't like that. One recommendation, I think we've talked about this many times on this podcast. If you are here in the US, you should make sure that you go and to all the credit bureaus and disable credit sharing.
Heck yeah.
And all that kind of marketing stuff as much as you can. Lock it
down. Mm-hmm.
That's not going to save you from everything because the data brokers are insidious and they get data from everywhere. I think this is a bad decision. There was a veterans group that was rallying for this as well because a lot of service members are targeted for things like this. Mm-hmm. And there's national security implications as well.
Yeah.
In terms of this. So
that's right. Yeah.
This is a bad thing, right? Like
not great. Not great.
I don't know. The problem with this is that it's hard to unring the bell, right? So once your data is out there, it's hard.
That's why I just preemptively do it. I just put all my data out there up front. It's just it's so much easier that way. Yeah.
So you can just go to like adamjwalker.com/all-my-data and then it's all there.
How did you know? That was it. Yes. Yeah. It's got all the, I put it like, it's even updated to like yesterday's Amazon order. Like it's all there.
Nice.
Like it's all,
it just feeds all in.
Yeah. It just feeds in for anybody to look at. Yeah. It's great.
There you go. So all the AIs can have it.
I ordered, I got that there. I ordered some snake be gone yesterday from there because we got snakes because we're kind of back up to a river and don't like the snakes to be gone. Yeah, I killed a copperhead yesterday, so there is that.
Really don't like that because you know what my move would be in that situation is, look, we're moving houses.
You'd be moving, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it happens. But Snake Be Gone's going to take care of it. It's going to be fine. So we're going to be all right.
I don't really even want to know what Snake Be Gone is, but there you go.
It's little pellets you put out in the yard that smell, and the snakes don't like the smell, and so they stay away from your yard. That's the theory.
Okay.
And it's
got what's going to happen.
11,000 positive ratings on Amazon. So,
Snake Be Gone is probably going to attract some other rodent or creature that you don't want, and then you're gonna have to get a be gone for that.
I'm hoping it's hawks. I would like to attract some hawks to my. Imagine like you roll up to my house and there's like just hawks all over the right along the edge of the property, just everywhere. Like that'd be great. Not owls.
So how many
owls are terrifying. We've talked about this.
How many hawks would you have to see before you're worried? There's too many hawks.
Listen, I see hawks all the time, man. I got no worry, but it's owl. We talked about this with Jeff. It's owls. 3 owls is the max. After 3, you just run for the freaking hills. Like that's the rule. 3 owls. That's your max.
I don't know. Hawks and owls both eat snakes, so
yeah.
I think right.
That.
Or do owls just eat rodents? I don't know what they eat actually.
I have no idea. Yeah.
But,
all right. Well, moving on.
But maybe we can figure it out at the movies because AMC is to slash ticket prices by 50% on Wednesdays. Sounds like I'm going to the movies on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays is the new Saturday. What's up? It's gonna be great. I can
take time in the middle of the day on a Wednesday to go see a movie.
Freaking yeah. I'm gonna take my kids, man. We're gonna go. We're gonna be like, look, I'm gonna take you and a half a kid over here. So we got this is what I'm gonna do. So
you and half a kid? Why is it only half a kid?
I mean, it's 50% off, so I want to take half a kid so that I can only pay 25%. That's my goal.
Like their leg gets to watch the movie and that's about it?
No, their head. They poke their head in the door. They're like, hey.
No, you don't get popcorn.
Yeah, you don't get no popcorn, no drink, no seat. You just like poke your head and like, what's up? How you doing? So,
I think they're going to make it up actually based on concessions, right? Like that's where they'll make the money. Yeah, I think this is a smart move.
It's super smart. Yeah,
but I do wonder.
Movies. Like, why would you go? I don't
right, but I do wonder. Like, we recently talked about. What's the movie? It's not Movie Phone. What's the movie?
Movie Pass. Movie
Pass. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We talk about it all the time, but I can't remember their name. Movie Pass. I wonder what this does for their kind of business, because if the price of going to the movies is cheaper, then I don't need an ongoing monthly pass to the movies anymore. Yeah. Right? Like that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, there you go.
All right, next up, we're going to get into some AI here, by the way. Perplexity AI wrapping talks to raise $500 million at a $14 billion valuation. Their monthly ARR is $100 million, but their valuation is $14 billion.
Wait. With their monthly revenue
that's what
is $100 million?
They said their
you just said monthly ARR.
Oh, I said, sorry, their MRR.
So their MRR
is $100 million. This feels high. I mean, am I crazy here?
Well, no, because if it's 100 million monthly, that means 1.2 billion annually, right?
Yeah.
So this is like a 10x on revenue-ish.
It just feels high to me, but okay,
maybe.
Cool.
I
Good
don't
for
know.
them. I feel 10x on revenue with almost no profit feels crazy to me, but whatever, man, go for it.
That's true. I mean, not having profit is a little crazy. Personally, I've not really used Perplexity. Have you used Perplexity?
A little bit, but not much. I used it. I used it for some AI calls for a tool I was building in Lovable, and it was fine. But ChatGPT. The problem is, and I'm finding this a lot as I look at different tools, especially as I'm kind of doing this new AI project for nonprofits. The problem is there's a lot of tools out there. ChatGPT is literally better than almost all of them. And not better by a little, but better by a lot. And so I've even dug into Google Gemini, and you can create custom gems in Gemini, but Gemini still doesn't learn. And even doing a custom gem versus a custom GPT, it doesn't learn like a custom GPT does. And so I can feed so much more into a custom GPT on ChatGPT than I can into a gem on Gemini, like so much more information. And so it's just not even, and then don't even get me started on Microsoft's Copilot. Like Copilot, you have to have the business plan just to have custom Copilots or whatever. I mean, it's a whole thing. So I don't know.
Which really that is
enterprise plan. Enterprise plan. Yeah.
And that one's just really ChatGPT under the covers, right?
Yeah. It's a different face on ChatGPT. So
why would you even do that? I don't understand why would you do that.
Yes, I don't know. And Perplexity kind of built itself originally as like almost a search engine-y kind of AI, but they sort of all do that now, and Google even does it by default now. So I don't see it. It doesn't make sense. To me, they're a fringe player with no profits at a more than 10x revenue valuation. It makes no sense to me personally. But then again, what do I know? I'm obviously not a millionaire. So
you and I are not throwing around hundreds of millions of dollars. So we are just you know, normal humans that don't understand these high finance things.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
for sure true.
But things we do understand are things like this. New Lego building AI creates models that actually stand up in real life. This kind of almost belongs in Weird and Wacky. Because it's like,
true.
That's cool. I don't know that it matters that much, but maybe it does eventually if you're talking about extending this into like real building, right?
Yeah.
Like real structures that for humans and not just toys. Maybe this is just the start of it all.
Yes, I mean, you can say to this AI, like, hey, build me a park bench. And it'll like virtually, like in Legos, build a little park bench that actually works. And then you can go and physically grab the Legos and build the park bench. I didn't see anything that was super complex that it built, but it did say like build a guitar, and it built something that looked like a guitar, which was kind of cool. So, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll go with interesting.
There's like 15 or 20 master Lego builders in the world. Right? So they're employed by Lego. I wonder if this makes it so that you don't need those people anymore. Right?
My guess is that they're still going to want to be around. I think they're still. I think Lego will have them around, almost like artists in residence sort of thing. You know, like that sort of style. So,
and you've seen some of their work. Like you go to some of these Lego stores that have these massive displays and stuff. Crazy, that's a master builder that definitely built those because those are phenomenal.
So so
and you cannot buy a kit that makes I don't know. Whatever it is,
giant dragon or whatever else. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
A 1/5 scale version of the Eiffel Tower or whatever it is. So there you go.
All right. For those of you that are alchemy enthusiasts, man, you are about to be so jazzed. I use the word jazz. You heard me. So Alice, I assume it's Alice. I would have to say ALIS. I don't know.
No, I think it's Alice.
Alice detects the conversion of lead into gold at the Large Hadron Collider. Like we can now turn lead to gold, people. Like let's do it.
Yeah.
We're all rich. Everybody's rich.
In like one atom at a time.
I don't want to hear your negative thoughts, Sanjay. That's not what I want to hear right now. What I want to hear is, Adam, get as much lead as you can. We're going to be freaking rich. That's what I want to hear.
Let's do it. Okay? Let's do it. I am excited about that. Like, we can get the lead out of water and turn it all into gold. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, I read the article and I was like, wait, the alchemists were always right? What the crap? Are you freaking serious? But then in the article, I don't know if you noticed, it said this has been done before. And I was like, wait, this has been done before? This isn't the first time we've turned lead into gold. What is happening in the world right now? So,
I mean, look, it's just electrons on an atom and stuff like that.
It's no big deal.
But the thing is how much does it cost you to turn that lead into gold? And
listen,
then the value of the gold.
I just want to be like Merlin is all I want to do. I just want to I want to have a staff and a wizard cape and a cloak and a wand, and I want to turn things into gold. Did Merlin do that? I feel like Merlin did that for sure.
I'm not sure if Merlin did that.
We're going to say he did. That's what.
But you don't need that last part. You can still have a cape and a hat and a wand.
Listen, I've already got the fedora going. I can do the fedora and a cape. Like that would be pretty classic.
I actually would like to see that for the next episode of Tech Talk Y'all, where you come on in a cape and a wand. The pointy hat is your option.
Listen, let's be clear. I said staff. I did not say one. I said staff. Staff is way more wizardry. Okay, think Gandalf. All right, not Harry Potter. We're talking Gandalf the White here. Maybe Gandalf the Gray. Gandalf the Gray is fine too.
Here's the thing: you can't pull off a staff. You can only pull off a wand.
Oh, dang, that's harsh, man. That might be the worst thing you've ever said to me.
Time for the Weird and Wacky segment.
Abominable snowman.
He's not an axe murderer.
One of the TAs turned out to be a bot.
First up in Weird and Wacky, family shows AI video of slain victim as an impact statement, possibly illegal. First, this is definitely Weird and Wacky. So they took the victim of a murder who is no longer with us.
Yeah.
And basically created an AI avatar of that person.
Yep.
Speaking and exclaiming what the impact was of their murder.
Yeah.
Which
did you watch it?
I did not watch it because that seems kind of creepy to me.
I did. I watched it. I watched the video. So a couple quick thoughts. First off, the AI dubbing was terrible. The dude had a big, long beard, bushy beard, and the guy's mouth would move, but the beard was static. So like that was weird, like didn't work really well. I'll say this. It was well done. So the guy was speaking, and then it cut to him having a conversation with, like, a real video of him having a conversation with somebody about his faith, and that was like very defining to him. And then it cut back to him, and he even like said to the murderer, like something to the effect of, I'm sorry that this, I regret this happened. If we'd met under other circumstances, maybe we even could have been friends or something. So it was like kind of like to some degree conciliatory, like to the murder, which I thought was very kind of the person that put it together. And then kind of like encouraged his family to like carry on. It kind of had an uplifting sort of message to it. I think if it had gone the other way, where it was like, "You dirty rotten scoundrel, you killed me," I feel like that would have been very ominous and like disconcerting. It was not that at all. So it's weird, but it was kind of uplifting, I think, in the end. So yeah.
It's interesting, but it's really somebody else's words.
Oh, for sure.
Coming out of you. So I don't know if it's legitimate really.
They started the video saying, "Hey, I'm this is an AI avatar recreated by this for this purpose." Like it was very clear about like what this is.
Right.
But even so, a little weird. Yeah. So, it is what it is. I think I got the implication from the video that the victim had been portrayed in a certain way in the courtroom, and they were trying to combat that a little bit. And so I think that was a part of it as well. So, anyway, interesting, crazy, wild. It'll be fascinating to see if we see more of this. So,
yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of crazy, Max was an all-time bad rebrand. Yes, Max, that streaming service that you all used to know as HBO Max. But they dropped the HBO, HBO being that brand that was established over like a 20-year period and had more brand authority in TV than almost anything else. Why keep HBO as the brand? Let's just keep Max as the brand. That makes a lot of sense. And that's what they did. And now they're going back to HBO Max because they realized that they were dumb.
Yeah. And actually, it's more than 20 years because I remember HBO from the 1900s.
Yeah.
And so it's been around for quite some time now at this point. So yeah, it's interesting that an organization like this would be like, yeah, we were wrong to drop the HBO part of it. So they're going back to HBO Max, which I think everybody, and what's interesting in the article, they said like their name internally was Max for HBO Max, but they were all working at HBO and Warner Brothers. Yeah. So just because that's your internal lingo doesn't mean that makes sense to the rest of us. The rest of us know it as HBO Max.
Here's a good marketing tip for anyone. Internal lingo should never be external. Ever.
Yes, exactly.
Just as a tip. So,
and I will say they had good humor about it. They had a post on social media of clips of people like Conan O'Brien talking about it and being like, HBO Max, I don't understand. And, they were really poking fun at themselves, which I appreciated them understanding that that was a bad rebrand. So
terrible rebrand.
But you know what? That rebrand is going to last a lot less time now because the universe is not going to last as long as we thought it was. So the universe is expected to decay in 10 to the 78th years. Yeah. So 10 to the 78th power years, much sooner than previously thought.
Yeah.
This has me worried.
It was like 10 to the 1,000th power before, like 1001 or something like that before, I think. So like this, I mean, it basically cut down the length of the universe by like a third. I'm very concerned about. Now, what I want to know is, what do they mean by decay? Like, what is that like? Did the universe start with the bang and then it just goes out in a whimper? It just kind of like somehow like fizzles, like a fire ember going on? Is that what happens? Like, what is decay? What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, there's the whole theory of entropy, right? Like, so things lose energy over time. Yeah. And so it's the heat death of the universe. So over time, the universe loses all of its energy, and then there's nothing left.
But that feels so anticlimactic to me. Like I'd rather it go out in like some kind of like flaming passion or like some kind of big bang or something. It just
that's at the beginning. The Big Bang is at the beginning. You don't get the Big Bang at the end.
It just feels like there should be something to bookend the ends of the universe.
This is a funny thing, right? Because look, humans have only been around for a few thousand years.
Oh man, a blip
right?
on the
How long do you? This is getting philosophical now. How long do you think the human race is going to exist? Moving forward?
That's a really interesting question. I mean,
5,000 years, 10,000 years.
I think probably 10,000 is probably my best guess. I think at some point we wipe ourselves out. It's just a question of when, right? So I mean, it's somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000. I can't see us getting past 100,000. Seems very unlikely to me. So yeah,
that's pretty far out, right? Yeah, unless something dramatic happens.
Yeah. I mean, but I think at some point, either we get wiped out like the dinosaurs accidentally, or we press the wrong button on the console and wipe ourselves out because, rockets start launching.
Or an alien finds us.
Yeah, I mean, some other kind of mass extinction event. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely to happen sometime in the next 10,000 years. So, I mean, reasonably speaking. So,
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at that, like the whole human civilization compared to the span of the universe, like, it'll be like we weren't even here. I mean, like literally like 1% of the time, maybe like we didn't even exist. So
I think a fraction of 1%.
For sure. Yeah. For 1% is generous. And if you were already feeling depressed today, I apologize for this particular diet. But at the same time, it does remind you, like, listen, it's short. Like get out there, live it, enjoy your life. Like this is where you're at. Like enjoy it. So along those lines, I will say this too. I read. I don't know if you've read our friend Jeff's recent book. He had a recent book. I think it was like Dream Small. And one of the best things I took away from that book is the concept of do not try to leave a legacy, because the reality is that even if you like anybody that leaves a legacy, like in whatever that is, like they've got a name. Like, your name is Andrew Carnegie, and that's the legacy of Carnegie. But like nobody even knows. They know the myth of that person. They don't know it's not real, right? And even that will be gone with it. The name Carnegie it'll be a distant historical footnote that no one will know about in the next, 200 years. Right. And so the reality is that there is no legacy. You're never going to have a legacy. So the best you can do is enjoy the time you have and make sure that you improve the lives of the people around you to enjoy the time. Like that's the best you can do. And that's kind of freeing if you think about it. Like it's a very like free feeling. Like, let me enjoy this and make sure my people enjoy this and do better. And we're good. And I don't need to be remembered because you won't be. So there you go.
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry. That was we got real philosophical there on Tech Talk, y'all, but it is what it is.
Philosophical, y'all.
Yeah, philosophical, y'all. All right, last up, because, we got to talk about something else. And then Tech Rex. NASA keeps ancient Voyager 1 spacecraft alive with Hail Mary thruster fix. I love things that are called Hail Marys in space. Like, that's the best. Yep. Project Hail Mary was by such a great fiction book, by the way. But tell me what you added this last minute. I haven't even read it. What's this about?
Yeah, so the Voyager 1 had been shifted to a backup booster to keep it oriented. So here's the thing with Voyager 1. It's been 50 years. So it was launched in the 1900s. It's been 50 years since it's gone out. 47 years, I think it is.
Right.
And so it's oriented towards a certain star, a tracking star, so that it keeps a dish pointed towards Earth so that we can send signals to it. We don't hear from it. The round trip delay is almost a day. It's like 23 hours because it's 15 billion miles away from us. There is only one satellite dish on Earth that's in Australia that's 230 feet wide that is powerful enough to send signals to this satellite because it's so far away. So they had moved to this backup booster thing. 20 years ago, the primary boosters, the heaters were thought to have been failing and failed.
Yeah.
And so they could no longer use those. Well, now the backup boosters, the fuel lines were starting to build up kind of residue, and they were going to fail at some point. So eventually it was going to fail and it was not going to be able to maintain orientation, and we were going to lose contact with this.
Right.
They thought, hey, maybe let's try those primary boosters because maybe it was a circuit glitch and not actually a failure of the heaters. But if they tried this and they were wrong, they could have caused an explosion on the satellite and definitely caused it to die. Yeah. So their options were try this, maybe get it to work, but maybe also die, or don't do anything and definitely die. Yeah. So they chose the former instead of the latter. Yeah. And they were right. And so they fixed it, and they've now used the primary boosters, and it's all good. So who knows how much longer this satellite is going to keep going.
My question is, boosters require fuel of some propellant of some type.
Right.
How much do they have? How much, you can only have so much stored.
I don't know.
You only have the propellant you have. It's not like there's more accumulating. So at some point you got to run out of propellant, but when?
Yeah, I don't know. I think because it is so far out, it's outside of our solar system. There is no gravity really that's affecting it. So the amount that they have to use is so minuscule.
So minimal. Yeah. Interesting.
That I think it'll last a long time in theory.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Okay.
Pretty neat.
Cool.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
All right, Sanjay, it's Tech Wreck time. What do you have for us this week?
So I've got a tech wreck that I recommended back on episode 106, and I did the math. That was 5 years ago. We've been doing this podcast for 8 years now.
Oh my God.
So this is quite some time ago. So it's a little product called Sensor Push. I still use this product. I've got the sensor in my fridge to monitor the temperature and humidity in the fridge to make sure nothing's going wrong. So basically what this thing is, it's a little device. It's probably about an inch on each side and maybe in thickness, probably about a third of an inch. So it's a really small little device. It's got a battery. You plop it wherever you want to monitor temperature and humidity. There's an app on your phone. This is not one of my recommendations where you have to have a full home automation system to monitor this thing, although you can monitor this with a home automation system. But just with a simple app, you can monitor this thing and it'll keep you updated in almost real time. I think it measures every few minutes the temperature and humidity in that thing. So you can actually see if like a fridge is performing properly and what the swings are in terms of temperature. And it's a really good early warning device for something like a fridge to let you know when like the compressor's starting to fail and temperature's starting to swing outside of the bound. So like, you know, before you get a puddle in the kitchen of everything melting because the fridge has gone bad, you can be like, oh, let me call somebody to get this thing fixed because things are starting to go wonky.
Cool.
So there you go. You can use it in all kinds of places. It's a neat little company. It's based out of, I want to say Brooklyn. And they've got some new things I think that are in the works based on their website, but this was a problem that they personally had and they wanted a small device to monitor these things. They've got newer versions too that will do kind of extreme temperature and humidity and things like that, and also in waterproof casing. So like if you wanted to measure your pool or something and keep track of the temperature and other measures there, you could use this device to be able to do that too. So there you go. Give it a check. Sensor Push.
All right, great.
What do you got for us this week, Adam?
Well, I had a kid recently that managed to destroy her Chromebook.
You had another kid recently?
No, that's not like that. A kid that actively destroyed her Chromebook. And so I found this like really inexpensive Chromebook, HP Chromebook 14 laptop for like, I think it was under $200. And I mean, its build quality is pretty good. It works great for her. She just kind of does some like light homework on it, little streaming, things like that, not much. So if you're looking for like a little quick Chromebook, I mean, I would not use this for like, let's say grown up work. You know, I don't think professionals would want this, but I mean, man, as far as a quick laptop for a kid, this thing's great. So
is it a laptop only or can I switch to a tablet?
I think this one's laptop only.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the ones that would switch to a tablet. Those are a little more expensive, and I was trying to keep my costs down. So I was going for
no touch screen either or anything else like that.
No,
just
nothing
strictly
like
a laptop.
Yeah, just basic. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, just super basic. So, but it works. It works great. And she likes it. Yeah. Oh, I guess we just roll right into it. We don't even need to. I was gonna pause between, and then I forgot that I don't have to. It's like I haven't. It's like after 8 years, I don't remember how to do this podcast. That's really what it's like. It's like I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening here.
I think the old age is getting to you. So
yeah,
I'll tell you this.
For sure. That's for sure true.
You can find me at subjectpark.com. What about you, Adam?
You can find me at adamjwalker.com. Dun, dun, dun.